Hello, my name is Elias, a software engineer at the Quantum Inspire platform team, and today I'm going to talk about our QI SDKs and how to install them. The topics we will cover in this video are what these SDKs are, the prerequisites needed for using our SDKs, how to install the SDKs and use them as a framework, how to authenticate using the SDK, and how to see your projects in the Quantum Inspire web interface. First of all, let's discuss what a QI SDK is. The web application hosted on quantum-inspire.com provides ways to visually write, run, and analyze the results of your quantum algorithms. For beginning use cases, this is very suitable to get acquainted with quantum computing, but you quickly run into its limits when you try to write bigger applications or try to analyze your results in a programmatic way. For these specific cases, it would be very useful to be able to run your quantum algorithms against our backends using code, namely Python, and analyze the results using Python as well. For these cases, we provide the QI SDKs, which allow you to do all of these things by installing the packages or the modules we provide and using them in your Python environment. Next, let's have a look at the packages that the QI SDK provides and how they work together. We have a few components in our QI SDK. First of all, we have the QI SDK itself, which provides a Python package that can be used to talk to our platform. Besides that, we also have two optional parts of the package that can be installed separately to make it possible to integrate with PennyLane or Qiskit. If we have a look at the diagram, the green parts, as you can see here, are installed by Quantum Inspire. So this would be the SDK. Besides that, you would also have a backend for the Qiskit framework, or you could optionally also install a backend for the PennyLane framework. These are both very known frameworks that could be used for quantum computing, and this way we are able to integrate these frameworks with our Quantum Inspire platform. As you can see, just like with the web application, we can use our frameworks, our SDKs, to talk to the same backends that are available in the web interface. Before we start using the SDK, there are some prerequisites that we have to meet, which are the following. We have to be on a modern Windows, Linux, or Mac OS system. If you're on Windows 10 or 11, you can use a Linux box on WSL. You have to be on Python version 3.9 or higher. A Python virtual environment should be created and activated before installing the SDK. And you should have a valid registration on our website, quantum-inspire.com. Now let's dive into installing the SDKs. Before you get to use any of our Python frameworks, you will have to install our CLI tool, which can be installed through pipex globally on your system. To do this, run pipex install Quantum Inspire, and this will install the latest version of this package. In addition to this, if you want to use our PennyLane or Qiskit plugins, you would either have to pip install Qiskit Quantum Inspire, which will also include Qiskit, or pip install PennyLane Quantum Inspire, which will also include PennyLane, so you can get started out of the box. To make use of the SDKs, you have to be authenticated on our platform. To do this, go to quantum-inspire.com and create an account. So once you have this account, you can use the QI tool installed in the previous step to log in. To do this, simply run QI login. This will redirect you to a login screen, and you will be redirected back to your terminal once you're logged in. And this should set all the credentials that you need to get started with your code. Algorithms in Quantum Inspire are saved as part of projects. These projects can contain multiple algorithms and also multiple results. When we upload our algorithms through the SDK, we can provide a static name which will be shown in the editor, as seen below. You can use this project to access the code and also the results of your algorithm. Okay, so in this demo, we're going to go through an example of how to set up a Python environment and install the needed packages for the SDK. First of all, let's install the QI CLI tool. To do this, we're going to use pipex. Make sure you have pipex installed. We're on the latest version. And we're simply going to run pipex install Quantum Inspire. Going to have to wait a bit for this to finish. So when the package is installed, you should have access to the QI tool. And you can run the command QI help to see an overview of all the commands that are available. By the way, it's showing this notification for me because apparently I already had it in the path, which makes sense, but you shouldn't see this on your system. So what we can do now is run the QI login command. What this is going to do is allow us to authenticate against Quantum Inspire. So as you can see, this pops up an authentication screen. I'm already signed in through GitHub. So I will get a device confirmation which shows a code. Make sure this code can be verified in the terminal. And click on confirm. That should be all. And as we can see, our login was successful. If we now go into MyQI, as soon as we start uploading projects to the SDK or start uploading algorithms, we should see those projects pop up here. Okay, now let's have a look at our Python environment. For the purpose of this demo, I've set up a little folder that we can use called SDK demo, and I'm gonna start a shell in this, a pipenv shell in this folder. And what that's gonna do is basically create an isolated Python environment for us to work in. And before the demo, I've made sure that I have Jupyter installed in this environment. So I should be able to run Jupyter Lab and get a lab environment to run some testing. I'm going to close this one. And I'm going to grab a terminal. To make use of the SDKs, the next thing we're going to have to do is install our plugins for Qiskit and PennyLane. You don't have to install both, it depends on which one you're going to use, but for this demo I'm going to show you how to install them. So all we need to do in the environment is run a pip install Qiskit, Quantum Inspire, and this should start installing our package. As you can see, it was successfully installed. And the same process could be repeated for PennyLane. If we now run a pip list, you should be able to find the packages you just installed. So if we do a grep on Quantum Inspire, as you can see, we have PennyLane and Qiskit installed. To summarize what we've learned in this video, we've had a look at what the QI SDK is, in which scenarios to use it, and what prerequisites you need to install it. We've quickly gone through the installation of the QI SDK and also how to install its accompanying frameworks for PennyLane and Qiskit. We've shown you how to enable authentication using the CLI tool, and also we've shown you how to get to the project that was uploaded by your SDK and view your algorithm or results.